It's been a few years since the original FX3 turned heads in the world of compact cinema gear. When Sony introduced it back in February 2021, it felt like a breath of fresh air for solo shooters and small crews. The FX3 brought the power of the A7S Mark III's 12.1 megapixel full-frame sensor into a more video-focused body, paired with internal 10-bit 422 recording and up to 120 frames per second in 4K. It was lightweight, packed with pro features, and felt like Sony was finally listening to what filmmakers wanted. So when exactly will we see the successor of FX3? Let's find out. Despite its popularity, the original FX3 missed the mark on a few things that pros were hoping for. First off, there was no internal RAW recording. While you could get 16-bit RAW, you out over HDMI, needing an external recorder for full quality output meant more weight, more gear, and more cost. And considering that its bigger siblings, like the FX6 and F9, lacked internal RAW, it was frustrating for creators who wanted a cleaner, more self-contained workflow. Then, there was the lack of open gate recording. While not a deal-breaker for some, it's a feature that's become increasingly relevant. Open gate lets you record the full height of your sensor, ideal for repurposing content for different aspect ratios, especially useful in today's multi-platform landscape. Competitors like Panasonic and Fujifilm were already ahead of the curve, even offering open gates on more affordable hybrid bodies like the Lumix S5 II and XS20. So, while the FX3 was fantastic, users have been waiting, sometimes impatiently, for something more. And now, it looks like that more is finally coming. The FX3 Mark II is reportedly on track to launch before Q3 of 2025, and if the current information holds true, it's set to fix the original's biggest pain points and then some. First up, open gate recording is basically confirmed. Finally, this addition alone makes the FX3 Mark II far more versatile, especially for creators producing for multiple platforms. Cropping for vertical, horizontal, and square formats from a single take? Yes, please. This would mark a major shift in Sony's pro camera strategy. No longer would users have to rely on external monitors to unlock the full capabilities of their cameras. Internal RAW means higher bit depth, better color grading flexibility, and a simplified setup for solo shooters and small teams. It's a massive quality of life improvement, and if it actually makes it into the FX3 Mark II, it could influence how other Sony cameras are designed moving forward. If you're a filmmaker, you know that RAW isn't just a buzzword. It gives you unprocessed sensor data with maximum latitude for editing. More importantly, it helps in difficult lighting, extreme grading scenarios, and when matching cameras. The jump from 10-bit to 12-bit is noticeable, especially if you work in HDR workflows or color-critical projects. Open gate support is just as vital in today's content landscape. We're no longer just delivering horizontal 16:9 video. Filmmakers, commercial clients, and even YouTubers now expect deliverables for Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and cinematic widescreen, all from the same footage. Having the flexibility to crop after the fact without losing resolution or quality is a must, and Sony finally adding this will let users stop looking longingly at Panasonic and Fuji. As Sony users eagerly await the potential arrival of the FX3 Mark II, there's a short list of improvements the filmmaking community is hoping to see. Here are 5 key upgrades that would take the FX3 Mark II to the next level. One of the most requested features is the ability to record open gate, that is, capturing the full sensor readout, rather than just 16:9 or 17:9 cropped formats. This would give filmmakers far more flexibility for reframing, cropping, or delivering in multiple aspect ratios without losing resolution. Even though most content is ultimately exported in 1080p or 4K, shooting in a higher resolution like 6K or 8K can make a big difference in post-production. Other brands like Panasonic and Fujifilm already offer open gate options, so it's time for Sony to close the gap. Another critical ask is internal RAW recording. Currently, to access RAW video from the FX3, users must invest in an external recorder like the Atomos Ninja, which adds bulk, complexity, and at least $500 to the total cost. If Sony could bring 12-bit or even 16-bit internal RAW recording to the FX3 Mark II, it would greatly simplify workflows while retaining the full dynamic range and color fidelity that filmmakers want. As storage technology improves, there's no reason not to offer this feature internally. Media choice continues to be a pain point for Sony shooters. The original FX3 uses CF Express Type A cards, which are slower and more expensive than Type B cards used by brands like Canon, Nikon, and Panasonic. If the FX3 Mark II switches to CF Express Type B, users will enjoy significantly faster write speeds, more affordable storage options, and better long-term compatibility with other professional gear. It's a logical move that would ease a major bottleneck in high-resolution and high frame rate recording. While the FX3's compact and cage-free design is a standout feature, it does come with a few durability concerns. Users have reported wobbly screen hinges and concerns about dust and moisture resistance. For version 2, a slightly reinforced chassis, upgraded ceiling, and a sturdier LCD articulation mechanism would be welcome improvements, especially for filmmakers who shoot in challenging environments or remote locations. These changes wouldn't compromise the camera's portability, but would add peace of mind in the field. High-quality audio often gets left behind in the spec sheets, but for many filmmakers, clean, reliable sound is just as important as sharp visuals. 32-bit float audio recording is quickly becoming the gold standard because it eliminates clipping and reduces the need for constant level adjustments. Integrated 32-bit float support in the FX3 Mark II could reduce the need for external audio recorders and streamline small crew setups. One thing we don't want to lose. Among all the possible changes, there's one feature that users unanimously hope Sony keeps: the built-in 1/4-inch 20 mounting points on the FX3 body. These threaded holes allow direct attachment of accessories like monitors, mics, or SSD holders without the need for a bulky cage. So whatever gets added or improved, the mounting points need to stay right where they are. The FX3 Mark II has a real shot at becoming one of the most desirable compact cinema cameras on the market if Sony delivers on what we're hearing. Internal RAW and Open Gate will finally put it on equal footing with competitors. And if they add quality of life improvements like better media support, 32-bit float audio, and a tougher body, they could blow the competition away. So what do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and thanks for watching.